Hey guys, Mr. McCrory here for another Ag Science 1 lesson. Hope you guys are staying safe and that your families are well. Couple of things, if you're showing at the county fair, I think there's some information that's gone out about SMQA tests. Make sure that you take that, make sure you turn that in to the extension office. Also, registration, I believe, is going to be due within the next month and a half. So make sure that you get done with those things. Make sure you open up your mail and make sure you check your email and Facebook accounts on the Lincoln County Show website. Very important stuff. Today what we want to do is we want to continue the animal systems unit, and what we want to do is we want to talk about the following things. We want to describe the uses of the Pearson square, and we also want to utilize the Pearson square for agricultural situations. Now, for those of you that don't know what the Pearson square is, in the next couple of years in the meats contest and the agronomy contest, and also in the farm management contest, and also the dairy cattle contest, the Pearson square is utilized a lot, but it's utilized every day in agriculture. If you think about these big feed companies, they have to get a certain target of different percentages, lysine, protein, fat, and all those different things come in combining two different types of feeds, maybe 3 different types of feeds. I know in my feed ration alone, I have probably 4 to 5 different commodities that are going into my feed ration. Today I want to talk to you about a simple ration within the Pearson square. It's called utilizing corn and soybeans to make feedstuffs, okay? Back in the 70s and 80s and early 90s, Lincoln County had pigs everywhere. And everybody used to grind their own feed. So what we want to do today is we want to talk about how, in order to determine proteins for different feeds. They do this for dog food, they do this for cat food, they do this for cattle, sheep, pigs, a lot of different animals do this. So what we want to do is we want to utilize the Pearson square in order to solve an equation. So let's say that I have a target for my pig feed of 17%, and that's exactly what I have it right now. So 17% will go in the middle of the Pearson square. And I want to utilize corn, which is 9% protein, and also soybeans, which is 47% protein. So when we are organizing the Pearson square, you first of all draw a Pearson square. You have your target number right here. Then you have your low number on top and your high number on the bottom of the 2 different types of things that you are mixing in order to get this. So we have a desired outcome of 17% protein. A lot of pigs are on this right now in order to put some shape on, but also put some cover on as well. So the way we do this is we're going to determine how many parts of each go in this. So we take 9 minus 17, and I understand my 9 minus 17 is -8, but we're just going to find the difference, and the difference is 8. Now we're going to find the difference between 47 and 17. The difference is 30. So when we're mixing feed, we have 30 parts corn and 8 parts soybeans. So how is that in a percentage? So you add up 30 plus 8 and you will get the following. 38. You add up 30 plus 8 again, you get 38. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to utilize our calculator to find the percentages. So I have my phone in my pocket right now, and I'm going to use my calculator. So if I take 30 divided by 38, I'm going to get 78.9. So that equals 0.789 as a percentage. Now, if you take 8 divided by 38, you're going to get 0.211. If you add those both together, it's going to come out to 1.0. Okay? So you're going to take 78% corn, okay, or 79% corn, and 21% soybean ration in order to grind that up to get a desired feed of 17%. Now, let's say this, okay? Let's say that we take this in here and we want to make a half of a ton of feed. A half of a ton of feed is 1,000 pounds. So you take that times 1,000 and you equal 789 pounds of corn. Then you take this times 1,000 and you will get 211 pounds of soybeans. Okay, so if you mixed 1,000 pounds, you'll have 789 pounds of corn, 211 pounds of soybeans. That's one way that you can utilize the Pearson square for making your feedstuffs and different types of feed for cats, pigs, sheep, goats, llamas, whatever. Thank you. The next part of this activity that we want to talk about is a part of the food industry. And when you are making ice cream, you can utilize milk, and you can also use something called heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream has a roughly 18% fat, while whole milk is about 3.5 to 4% fat. So we have a desired amount of fat that we want to utilize for this ice cream, and it's 14%. So if we have 14% as the desired outcome for ice cream, and we are going to mix whole milk and whipping cream, where do those go? Well, the smaller number will go right here. The larger number will go right here. And the desired number will always, always, always go in the center. So in this situation, what we are going to do is we are going to find the difference. So 4 and 14, the difference is 10, and 18 and 14, the difference is 4. So then what we're going to do is we know that we're going to use 4 parts whole milk, and we're going to use 10 parts heavy whipping cream. So in this scenario, what we are going to do is we're going to add up the total parts. So 4 plus 10 is 14. So now what we do is we take 4 divided by 14. And 4 divided by 14 equals 0.285. And then 10 divided by 14 equals 0.17. No, excuse me. 714. Okay? And so hopefully those will end up close to, and it's not quite right, but this will end up being 1.0 right here. Okay, so if we're making 100 pounds of ice cream, okay? So we take these and we multiply times 100. We will get the following. Okay, 28.5 pounds of regular whole milk will go into this, and 71.5 or 4 basically pounds of heavy whipping cream is going to go into there. So when we add these up, that should equal 100 pounds total of ice cream. And so that's one way that we do this. The last one we want to talk about today is hamburger, okay? So what they'll do with hamburger is they will actually grind up several different parts of a cow in order for that to be hamburger. And if you look at the grocery store, there's a lot of different percentages of hamburger. You have 90, 10, you have 80, 20, and a lot of times you have 73, 27. And so what does that mean? That means the fat content. Okay, so it's 90% lean, 10% fat, 80% lean, 20% fat, 73% lean, or lean, 27% fat. So it all depends on what you want. These will be more flavorful, but a lot of excess fat. These will be a lot less fat. If you're making hamburgers on a grill, this might be what you use, but you'll get a lot of flame up because that grease will catch on fire, and that's why it flames up. But if you're just doing some spaghetti and you want to put some spaghetti sauce on top of some meat, man, those would be great because then you don't have to drain too much excess fat. So today, let's just talk about Pearson square. Let's say that you're mixing trimmings and also a lean part of the chuck roasts, okay? And so let's say the chuck roast is about, 9% fat, okay? While on the other end of the spectrum, you have a lot of trimmings that are 28% fat. And let's say that we're going for that 90-10, that 10% fat range. So if we're going for that 10% fat range, what are we going to put more in there? Obviously, we're probably going to put a lot more of that 9% chuck. So then what we do is we find the difference. So the difference here is 1. The difference here is 18. So we add up both of these parts. We get 19 and 19. So what we'll do is we'll simply do the math one more time. So you take 18, divide that by 19, and you'll get 90.95 roughly. All right, and you take a divide there, and you'll get 0.05. If we're doing 100 pounds of this hamburger, so you multiply that times the pounds that we're doing, we'll use 95 pounds of regular chuck roast and 5 pounds of trimmings. Guys, that'll do it for us this week. I hope that you guys have a very safe week. I hope that you guys are getting outside a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much so people can get in the farms, in the fields. Continue to post on hashtag SAE Essential. And also, please make sure you sit down for dinner every once in a while and enjoy some agricultural products. God bless you all. Take care.